connection, yes. Now, if you treat that like a chore, then that's the experience that you will get. Standard. But if we treat it like as it should be, it's exciting. It's gonna lift your senses. Just remember how you used to feel when you was in your adolescence and you're gearing up and you're about to meet that young guy and you're about to meet that young girl. Do you remember the feelings that you got inside? Go back to that. And for any of you that were born in a time where you say, I don't know what she's talking about, what feelings? What? I feel sorry for you. Because you're supposed to know that feeling. It is one of the most important, crucial moments. It's a one-off time. You will never go back to being adolescents. And everything that you feel there is what you're supposed to take on into your more senior relationships. It's about keeping that spark alight. And most people in marriage, especially back in the day, would get lazy. They'd go, oh, the honeymoon period's over. Well, yeah, because you're supposed to create the honeymoon period. What you feel at first is the representation of what you want to then continue. So it's consistency. So, that first feeling that you get is people try to recreate that. Now, we know when it comes to drugs, that's just a no-go. It doesn't work. But when it comes to partnerships, yes, keep looking to create. And the way to do that is to check in on one another. Connection. Are you all right, sweetheart? How are you feeling about everything across the board? Do those check-ins with one another, because before you know it, time's gone by and you spent it both going to work, holding down the mortgage and the lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we know that. We know all of that. We don't have problems with people putting all their effort into that, do we? And that's where humans go wrong. You don't balance it out. If you keep giving all of your care and attention to the car, the money, the this, that, and the other, you will lose what matters most. And then when you're about 60, 70, if you reach that age, you can sit there all lonely and wonder where the hell that went. And then I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start blaming each other again rather than looking internally. You got to look at your values and your priorities. What matters most to you? Keeping up with the bastard lifestyle or your true connection, the very thing you're going to need when society betrays your backside, when everything falls down and you realize, oh, they are doing it. Yeah, they're doing it all right. They're doing it all right. And so you know what we have when it comes to war? When it comes to war, we're able to do all the things and say all the things we know we should be doing standard, which is we rally together, camaraderie. We got each other's backs, yeah. When we're tearing each other down and we're causing mass killings, yeah, great. We like to try and see if we can be decent people then. How can that work? That's going to get shut down because there's far too much violence in that place. Camaraderie. Why don't we have camaraderie in everyday life? Instead of when it just comes to wars. The man next to you, the woman next to you. Oh, it matters then. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You want connection now with each other. So when we go to dating, all we've got is an influctuation of people just using that to feed their ego and then lying about it and pretending that's not what they're doing. We will do videos on this continuously until it stops, because when people keep asking me, I will keep telling you it's not going to change. That is what the issue is. Everybody knows that's what the issue is, because we find it the hardest to go to the places where we know change will happen. So we avoid it. So the story is not going to change. It is what it is. If you want better, you've got to treat each other better. You can't go around feeding your ego by using other people to do that to. There are people out there just trying to get by and make relationships, and then you get the ones who, again, I'm an exception to the rule, I'm not doing it. Listen, mate, you can't have that attitude anymore. Okay, it's give and take. If you don't want to put any attention, any interest, any intent into making something beautiful or having the very connection that you want, you will never have it. You can't just sit there with your arms folded and act like it's everybody else's responsibility. If we don't all participate, it won't work. There's connection to be had, but until people can get past their ego, it won't work. Because all people want to do is pass the miserable feeling that they feel onto somebody else. And it's just toxic. You have to stop. Somebody has to draw the line somewhere. And that's you and I. Hence why I do this page, because I am not going to navigate my way around those people anymore. They have to put in the work like we have put in the work. Okay? And so unless I can have an easygoing connection like I have with you guys, I'm so not interested in giving my energy to anyone right now. If they're going to use that, try and manifest it into feeding them. Because a lot of people like you and I, people come into our worlds to feed off our energy, and then they go off and then they go and entertain lower vibrational people. They suck off high vibrational people. And they take our light, and then they fuck off somewhere and they give it to some undeserving person, and they repeat that same toxicity. So like you, I've had to cut people way out of my life because, again, I'm surrounded by tactical people that don't want to be authentic human beings. They no longer trust in that. They don't believe in that anymore. They are very dangerous people, especially to people like us, because with their own kind, they can't get nowhere. So they have to hunt us down. They have to look for us. And this is why I tell you, it's most important now that we are the most disciplined right now, because it's overboard. I told you there are times where I have to take a moment to be away because I can feel it. And when I can't sleep at night, or I get irritable, or things start to poke at my senses, it's because something happened, something bad is going to happen. Or like I said, it's already happened, or it's already forming, and there is no going back. I always end up feeling it. And what I'm feeling here is you've got that last ditched effort where everyone's scramming for it and they go mad, absolutely mad. That's already happening, and the attack is so full on, because these people can't attack each other because they're all full of shit, and they can smell each other's shit. And they can't tolerate each other's crap because they're pathetic and weak. So they have to come and seek you out. So be warned. I'm telling you this because it's already come, and if it hasn't, it's on its way. And people like you and I are going to get hit hard with these people and their desperate behavior, because they still run by ego. So we can advise and help, but you can't be near them. So if you're around someone that you're finding is giving you some real fucking, messed up vibes that they're just all awkward and mishmashing, yeah, move. You can still help them, you can still advise them, but you cannot be their friend around them, because they will betray you. They're scared. They're shitless. They're scared shitless, and they will attack you. They will attack. And so just beware. Whenever I get irritable, I know it's coming. I never could understand that at first, but that was what I realized was my message for revelations. We all get a little thing that happens to us that tells us, it's that time. And I'm having mine, so I'm receiving a lot of revelations, and I'm just working through them and understanding them myself before I bring anything out, because I have to be absolutely sure. But connection. Someone will want to connect to you genuinely because they realize, but some won't, my darlings. They will keep doing the same old thing that they are indoctrinated into doing. So guard up, and eyes and ears to the floor, and be an observer, a watcher. Keep outside and keep an eye on connection. Anyway, I hope that's been of some interest, some insight, helpful. If it has, my darlings, do drop your comments, because again, it's not me. You guys make this channel. You make this channel. If I was here doing it all on my own, speaking to nobody, what would it be? I'd just be doing a radio station or a podcast or something. But the fact that I'm on here is because I'm interacting, getting to know you and understand you. And I love you for your support and for following and liking. And on that note, my darlings, have a wonderful week. And as always, jar love.